My name is David, and I want to tell you the most important story of my life. This is the story of how a 12-year-old boy learned what real love means. I lived with my mother in a small yellow house near the mountains. My father died when I was 5 years old. I don't remember him very well, but my mother told me he was a good man who loved us very much. After my father died, life became difficult. My mother worked 2 jobs to take care of me. In the morning, she cleaned offices in the city. In the evening, she worked at a restaurant washing dishes. She was always tired, but she never complained. "David, are you happy?" she would ask me every night. "Yes, Mom. I'm very happy because I have you," I always answered. We didn't have much money, but we had something more valuable. We had love. We had each other. My mother had a beautiful dream. She wanted to open a small flower shop one day. She loved flowers more than anything in the world. Our tiny garden was full of roses, sunflowers, and tulips. "One day, David, we will have the most beautiful flower shop in town," she would say, her eyes shining with hope. "I believe you, Mom. And I will help you," I promised. Every week, we saved $5 in a blue jar. We called it our dream jar. It was growing slowly, but we were patient. Life was simple but beautiful. I went to school, played with my friends, and helped my mother in the garden. Every evening, we sat together and talked about our day. These were the happiest moments of my life. But happiness doesn't last forever. Sometimes, life tests us in ways we never imagine. It was a cold Monday morning in November. I was getting ready for school when I heard a loud crash from my mother's bedroom. I ran to her room and found her lying on the floor. Her face was white, and she was shaking. Mom, what happened?" I screamed. I just felt dizzy. "Help me get up," she whispered. I helped her back to bed. Her hands were ice cold. "I'm calling the doctor," I said, reaching for the phone. "No, David. Doctors are expensive. I just need to rest." "I'll be fine," she said. But I was scared. My mother never got sick. She was always strong, always working, always taking care of everything. That week, my mother got worse. She couldn't eat. She couldn't sleep. She lost weight every day. Finally, I called Dr. Martinez, our neighbor. Dr. Martinez came to our house and examined my mother. His face became very serious. "Mrs. Chun, you need to go to the hospital immediately. This is not just tiredness. Something is very wrong," he said. My mother started crying. "I can't afford the hospital. I have no insurance. I have a son to feed. Your health is more important than money. Please, you must go," Dr. Martinez insisted. The next day, I took my mother to the hospital. We waited for hours. Finally, a doctor called us into his office. What he said changed our lives forever. "Mrs. Chun, you have a serious illness. Your heart is very weak. You need an operation or—" He paused. "Or what?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Or she has only 6 months to live," the doctor said quietly. The world stopped. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. My mother, my everything, was dying. "How much does the operation cost?" my mother asked. $50,000, the doctor answered. $50,000. We had only $800 in our dream jar. It was impossible. My mother held my hand. "David, listen to me. Don't be sad. We've had a beautiful life together. I'm grateful for every moment." "No, Mom. Don't talk like that. We will find the money. We will save you," I shouted, tears running down my face. But I didn't know how. I was only 12 years old. How could I save my mother? That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, how can I get $50,000? It seemed impossible, but I had to try. The next morning, I didn't go to school. I went to every shop in town. "Please, do you have any work for me? My mother is dying. I need money for her operation," I begged. Most people said no. Some felt sorry for me but couldn't help. Some didn't even listen. I was losing hope when I met Mr. Romano, the owner of a construction company. "You're just a kid. You can't work in construction," he said. Please, sir. I can do anything. I can carry things. I can clean. I'm strong, I pleaded. Mr. Romano looked at me for a long time. Then he sighed. Okay, kid. You can clean the construction site after school every day. I'll pay you $20 a day. But you must promise to go to school too. I promise. Thank you so much, I said, almost crying with relief. $20 a day. If I worked every day for a year, I would have only $7,000. It wasn't enough, but it was a start. I started working that same day. The work was hard. I cleaned dirt, carried heavy buckets, and swept floors until my arms hurt. But I didn't complain. Every dollar brought me closer to saving my mother. At the same time, I started a campaign. I made posters with my mother's photo and our story. I put them everywhere in town, on walls in shops, at the church. Please help save my mother, the poster said. Some people donated $5. Some gave $10. A few generous people gave $100. Every penny mattered. My friends at school organized a bake sale. My teacher, Mrs. Roberts, started a fundraiser. People I didn't even know started helping. But the money was coming too slowly. After 2 months, we had only $6,000. My mother was getting weaker every day. One night, she called me to her bedside. David, I want you to stop. Stop working. Stop begging for money. I want you to be a normal 12-year-old boy. Go to school. Play with your friends. Enjoy your life, she said weakly. How can I enjoy my life without you, Mom? You're everything to me. I can't give up. I won't give up, I said firmly. You're so brave, my son. I'm so proud of you. But some things are not in our control. If this is God's plan. No, I don't accept that. You're going to live, Mom. I promise you. I interrupted. But deep inside, I was terrified. Time was running out, and I was still so far from my goal. One rainy Saturday afternoon, I was putting up posters near the town square when an old man approached me. Young man, is this your mother? He asked, pointing to the poster. Yes, sir. She's dying. She needs an operation. I'm trying to raise money, I explained. The old man read the poster carefully. Then he looked at me with kind, wise eyes. What's your name? He asked. David Chun, sir. David, my name is Mr. Harrison. I lost my wife to the same illness 20 years ago. I couldn't save her because we had no money. But I don't want another child to lose their mother the same way. He took out his checkbook and wrote something. Then he handed me a check. I looked at it and gasped. It was for $10,000. Sir, I can't accept this. It's too much, I stammered. Yes, you can. Save your mother, David. That's what she deserves. That's what you deserve, he said with a gentle smile. I started crying right there on the street. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I will never forget your kindness. Just promise me one thing, Mr. Harrison said. When you grow up and when you're successful, help someone else the way I'm helping you today. That's how we make the world better. I promise, sir. I promise, I said. That night, I ran home with the check. We now had $16,000. We were getting closer. News about Mr. Harrison's donation spread through the town. More people wanted to help. A local newspaper wrote an article about us titled, "The Boy Who Fights for His Mother." After the article was published, something incredible happened. Donations started coming from everywhere. People from other cities read our story online. They sent money, messages of support, and prayers. A businessman donated $5,000. A church group donated $3,000. A school collected $2,000 from students and parents. Every day, I checked our fundraising account. The numbers kept growing. 20,000, 25,000, 30,000. My mother couldn't believe it. David, look at all these people helping us. People we don't even know. There's still so much good in the world, she said, tears of gratitude in her eyes. You deserve it, Mom. You've been kind to everyone your whole life. Now people want to be kind to you. I said. But we were still $20,000 short, and the doctors said we were running out of time. My mother's condition was getting worse every day. I became desperate. I worked even harder. I worked at the construction site every day after school and on weekends. I was exhausted, but I couldn't stop. One evening, while working late at the construction site, I had an accident. I was carrying a heavy bucket when I slipped. I fell and hurt my arm badly. Mr. Romano rushed me to the hospital. The doctor said my arm was fractured. I needed to rest for at least 3 weeks. 3 weeks? No. I can't rest. I need to work. My mother needs the money. I protested. David, you're pushing yourself too hard. You're just a child. Your body can't take this, the doctor said seriously. When my mother heard about my accident, she was very upset. David, this has to stop. Look at you. You've hurt yourself because of me. I don't want this. I don't want you to sacrifice your health and childhood for me, she cried. Mom, you sacrificed everything for me since I was born. You worked 2 jobs. You gave me everything even when you had nothing. Now it's my turn. Please, let me do this for you, I said, holding her hand with my good arm. We both cried together that night. The next day, something unexpected happened. A famous news channel heard about our story. They came to our house to interview us. The reporter asked me, David, why are you fighting so hard? I looked directly at the camera and said, because my mother is my hero. She raised me alone after my father died. She worked 2 jobs to feed me and send me to school. She never bought anything for herself. She gave me all her love. Now she's dying, and I can't let that happen. She deserves to live. She deserves to see her dreams come true. I'm asking anyone watching this, please help us. Even $1 can help. Please help me save my mother. My voice broke at the end, and I started crying on camera. That interview changed everything. After the interview was broadcast, our story went viral. Millions of people watched it online. The video was shared on social media platforms everywhere. Suddenly, donations came flooding in from all over the country, and even from other countries. People were touched by our story. They wanted to help. Within 3 days, we raised $25,000 more. I couldn't believe it. I checked the fundraising account again and again. We had done it. We had $52,000. I ran to my mother's room, screaming with joy. Mom, we did it. We have the money. You can have the operation. My mother was too weak to speak much, but tears rolled down her face. She touched my face gently and whispered, my brave boy, my beautiful brave boy. We scheduled the operation immediately. The doctors said it was very risky, but it was our only chance. The night before the operation, my mother talked to me. David, I need you to promise me something. If the operation doesn't work, if I don't survive. Don't say that, Mom. I interrupted. Listen to me, please, she continued. If something happens to me, I want you to live a full life. Finish school. Go to college. Follow your dreams. Be happy. Don't be sad for too long. I will always be with you in your heart. Nothing will happen to you, Mom. You're going to survive. You're going to open your flower shop. We're going to live our dreams together, I said firmly. The next morning, they took my mother into the operation room. The operation would take 8 hours. I waited outside with dozens of people from our community who came to support us. Mrs. Roberts, my teacher, was there. Mr. Romano came. Dr. Martinez came. Even Mr. Harrison, the old man who gave us the first big donation, came. We're all praying for your mother, David, Mrs. Roberts said, hugging me. Those were the longest 8 hours of my life. I prayed like I had never prayed before. I made promises to God. I begged for my mother's life. Finally, the doctor came out. His face was tired, but he was smiling. The operation was successful. Your mother is going to live, he said. I fell to my knees and cried. Everyone around me started crying and hugging each other. We had done it. My mother was saved. My mother stayed in the hospital for 3 weeks to recover. I visited her every single day after school. Slowly, she became stronger. Color returned to her face. She started smiling again. When she finally came home, the whole neighborhood celebrated. People brought food, flowers, and gifts. Our small yellow house was full of love and laughter. "I can't believe I'm alive," my mother said one evening. 6 months ago, doctors said I had 6 months to live. But here I am, healthy and strong. It's a miracle. It's not just a miracle, Mom. It's the power of love. So many people helped us because they loved you, because they saw how much we love each other. I said, "You saved my life, David. You, a 12-year-old boy, did what seemed impossible. You never gave up. You worked day and night. You asked for help even when it was embarrassing. You fought for me when I had given up on myself," she said, holding my hands. "You would have done the same for me, Mom. That's what family means. That's what love means," I replied. Over the next few months, my mother completely recovered. She was healthy again, energetic again, hopeful again. One day, she called me to the living room. She had a serious look on her face. "David, we need to talk about our dream jar," she said. My heart sank. The dream jar. We had used all that money for the operation. The dream of the flower shop was gone. "Mom, it's okay. Having you alive is more important than any dream," I said. "That's true. But I've been thinking. We received $52,000 for my operation. The operation cost $50,000. We have $2,000 left, plus the money I saved from working these past few months. We have almost $4,000, she explained. "That's good, Mom. We can save it for emergencies," I said. "No, David. I want to use it to start our flower shop. Not a big shop, just a small one. We can rent a tiny space and start small. What do you think?" she asked, her eyes shining with excitement. "Really? You want to follow your dream?" I asked, surprised. "Yes. After everything we've been through, I learned something important. Life is short. We must follow our dreams while we can. And besides, we make a great team, you and I. Together, we can do anything," she said with determination. I hugged her tightly. "Let's do it, Mom. Let's open the most beautiful flower shop in town." We worked hard to make the flower shop a reality. We found a small space near the town square. It was perfect, tiny but charming, with a big window where we could display flowers. My mother used her knowledge and love of flowers to create the most beautiful arrangements. I helped after school and on weekends. I learned about different types of flowers, how to care for them, and how to make people smile with a simple bouquet. We called our shop Hope Bloom's Flower Shop, because our story was about hope, about never giving up, about believing in miracles. On opening day, hundreds of people came. Many were the same people who had donated money to save my mother's life. They were so happy to see her healthy and living her dream. Mr. Harrison came with his daughter. "I'm so proud of you both," he said. "You took the second chance life gave you and made something beautiful." Mrs. Roberts bought flowers for her classroom. "I tell all my students your story, David. You teach them that age doesn't matter when you have courage and love," she said. The shop became successful quickly. People didn't just come for flowers. They came for the story. They came to meet the boy who saved his mother, and the mother who never gave up hope. Every evening, after closing the shop, my mother and I would sit among the flowers and talk about our day. "Are you happy, Mom?" I would ask. "I'm more than happy, David. I'm grateful. Grateful for my life, for you, for all the people who helped us, for this beautiful shop. Every day is a gift," she would answer. I was 14 years old now, but I had lived more than many adults. I had learned about courage, perseverance, community, and the incredible power of love. One year after opening our flower shop, something special happened. A young woman came into our shop. She was crying. My mother asked her what was wrong. "My father is very sick. He needs an expensive operation. We have no money. I don't know what to do," she sobbed. My mother and I looked at each other. We both knew exactly how she felt. "What's your name?" my mother asked gently. "My name is Sophia," the girl answered. "Sophia, I want to tell you a story," my mother said. Then she told Sophia our story, about how I was 12 years old when she got sick, how we had no money, how I worked and begged for help, how kind people donated, how she survived. Sophia listened with wide eyes. "That was you? I remember that story. It was all over the news." "Yes, that was us," I said. "And we want to help you now, the way people helped us." We gave Sophia $2,000 from our savings. It wasn't much, but it was a start. But I can't pay you back," Sophia protested. "We don't want you to pay us back," my mother said. "We want you to pay it forward. When you're successful one day, help someone else who needs it. That's how we create a chain of kindness." Sophia hugged us both, crying with gratitude. We also helped her start a fundraising campaign, sharing her story on social media just like people had shared ours. The community responded again, and Sophia raised enough money to save her father. This became our mission. Hope Bloom's flower shop wasn't just about selling flowers anymore. It became a place of hope, a place where people could find help and inspiration. We started a foundation called the David and Maria Chun Foundation to help families facing medical emergencies. We donated part of our shop's profits to this foundation. Other people contributed too. In 3 years, we helped 12 families pay for medical treatments. We saved 12 lives. I'm 17 years old now. I'm in my last year of high school, and I have big dreams. I want to become a doctor so I can help save lives, just like people helped save my mother's life. Our flower shop is still running, more successful than ever. My mother is completely healthy. She's happy, energetic, and she inspires everyone who meets her. Sometimes, when I think about everything that happened, it feels like a dream. I was just 12 years old when it all started. I was scared, desperate, and I didn't know if we would make it. But we did make it. We survived. We thrived. Last week, our local television station asked to interview us again, 5 years after the original interview that changed our lives. The reporter asked me, "David, what did you learn from this experience?" I thought carefully before answering. I learned that love is the most powerful force in the world. I learned that when you truly love someone, you find strength you never knew you had. I learned that people are fundamentally good. They want to help. They want to be part of something meaningful. I learned that age doesn't matter when you have determination. I learned that miracles happen when you refuse to give up. And most importantly, I learned that the greatest gift you can give someone is a second chance at life. The reporter then asked my mother, "Mrs. Chun, what message do you have for people watching?" My mother smiled that beautiful smile of hers and said, "Never take life for granted. Every day is precious. Love deeply. Work hard. Dream big. Help others. And when life knocks you down, get back up. Where there's love, there's hope. Where there's hope, there's life." After the interview, my mother and I walked back to our flower shop. The sun was setting, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. "David, do you remember when you were 12 and I was dying?" my mother asked. "How could I forget, Mom? That was the scariest time of my life," I answered. "I remember lying in that hospital bed, thinking my life was over. But you refused to accept that. You fought for me. You saved me. And now look at us. We have this beautiful shop. We're helping other people. We're living our dreams. All because a 12-year-old boy loved his mother enough to move mountains," she said, her eyes filled with tears. "We moved those mountains together, Mom. We still do every single day," I said, hugging her. As we stood there among the flowers, surrounded by the fragrance of roses and lilies, I realized something profound. Our story wasn't just about a boy saving his mother. It was about how love, courage, and community can overcome anything. It was about how one person's determination can inspire thousands. It was about how kindness multiplies when we pay it forward. That night, I wrote in my journal, 5 years ago, I thought my mother would die and I would be alone. Instead, I discovered an entire community of people who cared. I learned that I was stronger than I ever imagined. My mother lived. Our dreams came true. And now, we spend our lives helping others achieve their dreams too. This is what life is about. Not just surviving, but living with purpose, loving without limits, and lifting others up along the way. Today, Hope Bloom's Flower Shop is more than just a business. It's a symbol of hope in our community. On the wall, we have photos of all the families we've helped through our foundation. 12 families, 12 lives saved, 12 stories of hope. People come from other cities to visit our shop, not just to buy flowers, but to hear our story and to be inspired. We've been featured in magazines, documentaries, and books. But the greatest reward isn't the fame or the success. The greatest reward is seeing my mother healthy and happy, pursuing her passion every day. The greatest reward is knowing that our story has inspired thousands of other people to never give up, to fight for what they love, to believe in miracles. Mr. Harrison, who gave us that first big donation, passed away last year. But before he died, he told me, "David, saving your mother was the best investment I ever made. Not because of the money, but because of what you both did with that second chance. You turned your pain into purpose. You created a legacy of hope. That's worth more than all the money in the world." As I prepare to leave for college next year to study medicine, I know that my journey is just beginning. I will become a doctor. I will save lives, just like people saved my mother's life. And one day, when I'm older, I'll tell my own children about the year I was 12 years old and learned what it means to truly love someone. Because love isn't just a feeling. Love is action. Love is sacrifice. Love is working 3 jobs to save money. Love is putting up posters in the rain. Love is never, ever giving up, even when everyone says it's impossible. My mother taught me that. Our community taught me that. Life taught me that. And now, I want to teach it to the world. This is my story. This is our story. This is the story of a 12-year-old boy and his mother, and how their love changed not just their own lives, but the lives of everyone around them. Remember, where there's love, there's hope. Where there's hope, miracles happen. Never give up. Never stop believing. Never stop loving. Because in the end, love is all that matters. Thought Balloon, what did you learn from David and his mother's story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now that you've seen the whole story, we would really appreciate it if you rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. Your thoughts help us improve and make sure we bring you the kind of stories you truly enjoy.